Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. fear, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown, but we both know how to swim. No worries, let's go for it now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow.
Hold on.
Let's take it.
Well, hello, my beautiful pearls. Hope you are well out there. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube, anywhere on the internet, anywhere on the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending time with moi. Today is January 10th, 2025. It is 6:39 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Good to see you all, my dears. Thank you all so much for joining me. We've got a lot to talk about today. Do me a favor as we get started, if you will go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If we get to 1,000 thumbs up, you know what happens. We have a chicken party, and you don't want to miss the chicken party. Okay. Okay. Um, gonna go a little bit sidebar for just a moment. I am going to be doing the intro a little bit differently, the intro video. I know you guys like that video. However, I am going to take one of the songs off of there probably, and I haven't decided which one yet. But I have a poll that I need you to do a couple things. I need you to listen to a few songs that I have made. And let me know which one you like. We're going to do a poll. Okay? So we're going to get ready to do that. Also, if we meet our goal tonight, I'll do a second stream. If you guys want that, let me know. But without further ado, these are in no particular order in which way that I like them or not. But let me see here 1 second. Which one was it? Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. The first one, we'll do it like this. It's okay. Just bear with me 1 second as I do this. And these are in absolute no particular order, FYI. Let me know which one you like the best. This is number one.
Girls, we're bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one unity. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around, the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch the pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around, the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. In the night or in the day, we'll light and lead the way. Justin's heart and your support, together we will hold the fort. Night or in the day, pearls will light and lead the way. Justin's heart and your support, together we will hold the fort.
Okay, that's number one. That's number one. Mimi, it's all about you guys. That's what it's about. You guys make it up. Okay, that's number one. Let me pop up number two. I think it's this one.
Searching high and low, we won't be beat. Clutch them pearls, the journey's on repeat. Every clue we find, we keep the pace, till the lost can't show their face. True crime tales will illuminate, bringing light to darkness, troubles fade. Every story told with heart and soul, with the pearls we'll reach our goal. Pearls, you shine so bright in darkest night, you're our light. Thank you for your love, together we'll rise above. Each missing face haunts our dreams, a touching hope in silent screams. For every mystery we unwrap with care, clutch them pearls will always be there. Pearls, you shine so bright in darkest night, you're our light. Thank you for your love, together we'll rise above. Each missing face haunts our dreams, a touching hope in silent screams. For every mystery we unwrap with care, clutch them pearls will always be there. Pearls, you shine so bright in dark.
night. You're our light, you're our light. Thank you for your love. Together we'll rise above. We won't give up, we're steadfast. Together we'll outlast. With every like and every share, we're reaching hearts everywhere.
Okay. Oh, that one's not through.
We won't give up, we're steadfast. Together we'll outlast. With every like and every share, we're reaching hearts everywhere.
Okay. Let me find the third one. Let me see. Okay. All right. Here's the third one. Let's pop up the third one. Here's the third one.
Together through the pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. In the night or in the day, girls will light and lead the way. Justin's heart and your support. Together we will hold the fort. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Okay. So let's look at, make your final vote, make your final selections before we end the poll. One, song 2, song 3. Right now, song 3 has it. I like all three of them. But, you know. You got to go back. You got to go back or go back. Um, so there's that. Switch them. Well, I really can't switch them because I've got to upload them uh into StreamYard, and I don't have enough space because of all the clips I already do with everything else. It only has so much space. So there's 965 in here. Let's see what we're at. We're at 454 votes. 457. We'll get to 460 and then I'll end it probably. 458. Come on, 2 more people vote. But I think we kind of know who it is. There we go. All right. The poll is there we go. The poll is 3, song number 3 is the winner. That is song number 3. I really like that one. Song number 3. I won't let you vote one. I was stuck between 1 and 3. Well, we have our answer. We have our answer. Thank you all so much for joining me. I want to thank Sissy, aka Philly Rabbit. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you. Welcome to the Pearl family. Sissy, really do appreciate you. Y'all, please welcome our newest member here. Thank you so very much, sweet Sissy. Really do appreciate you. Dreamer G, thank you for coming in at 2 months. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Thank you, my dear. Thank you again, Sissy. Really do appreciate the super sticker. Very kind of you. Thank you, Mimi, for that comment. You guys make the channel, my sweet pearls. And thank you, Lisa. Love my Pearl family. Thank you, Justin Friday. Thank you so much, my dear Lisa. Really do appreciate you. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you so very much. I like 3, but wasn't on my phone to vote. Well, Southern Grammy, 3 got it. I think 3 was probably my 2 if I had to pick. But I let you guys pick. So it was probably my favorite one, yeah. I thought they were all good overall, So there's that. Thank you so much, Holly. We really do appreciate you, my dear. Maybe see now. Good to see you. All right. Well, got a lot to talk about in the Sebastian Rogers case. I was speaking with someone earlier and speaking about Sebastian's case. Thank you, Rose. Appreciate you, my dear. And we were talking about the Secret Service, how they were there in the early days of Sebastian's case. And I was doing a little research into what they are. I mean, I knew that they were there. I mean, like, whether it's the Marshals, the FBI, the Secret Service, they all have their expertise. And I was looking into what really the Secret Service does on these children's missing cases. Because when we think of the Secret Service, we think of, right, like international affairs, government, things like that. But the Secret Service actually has a missing children's task force, if you will. So there's that. And I wanted to kind of dig into what their expertise is. Like, what were they looking for? Because that's pretty important, right? You're kind of wondering, like, where are they going with this? And what I found was, in my opinion, to be very interesting. So we're going to go over that as well. We might finish. We can later on. We can finish Jennifer's live, or we can finish the Laura Lodge. We need to finish both. Oh, I've got some stuff I've got to show you too. I've got some comments about. I found some stuff. So remind me about that as well. Great. Showing my love and appreciation today, Justin. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Always a pleasure, my beautiful Lori. Thank you very, very much. And thank you so much, Brandy and Andy. Justice for Sebastian. Amen. And thank you so much. Really, really do appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much for that. Okay. Hello, Tina. Good to see you. All right. So I want to discuss a little bit about. Well, let me see if did I pull it up yet? I may have not pulled it up yet. I do want to. Well, let me. Someone asked me to look at this case, and I may be looking at this case pretty soon as well. It's called Reopen Investigation into the Death of Crystal McCrory Jones. I believe it is. I don't know if it's closed now, or I guess it would, because they're asking to reopen it. But Crystal McCrory Jones, she is. They said that she unalived herself. February 9th, 2023. She's 43 years old. Crystal was. She was found deceased in her home of an apparent pew wound to her head in the small town of Oak Grove, Louisiana. Her husband, a former employee of West Carl Parish Sheriff's Department, who, quote, investigated her death, who found to have changed his narrative of the whereabouts on the day of her death. Due to his close friendship with the investigating agency, her death was immediately, by the time of his recorded interview 2 hours later after her body was found, was ruled a you know what I mean, a self-inflicted unaliving. The family was actively denied an unbiased investigation by the state police. Even then, the shell casing of the fatal bullet was found by her husband 9 days after her death. Her husband also had her body cremated against the wishes of the family, destroying any physical evidence, as very little, including pew residue testing, was taken at the scene. Very little pew residue was taken at the scene. Her sister Jana obtained a laptop that belonged to her sister that had more incriminating evidence against her husband. When all of the evidence was taken to both the sheriff and the local DA, her sister Jana was lied to and blatantly called a liar. The family is currently working on getting Crystal's case reopened and hoping to have an actual investigation done to give our family closure as to what happened that day. We are hoping to achieve that with your help of this signed petition, give our family a chance for answers. I'm going to drop this. If you feel compelled to sign it, please do. Um, I've had a few people send that in to me, so want to just speak about that before we get started on Sebastian. Okay. secretservice.gov for the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children.
Everybody thinks the Secret Service is, protection, protecting the president, vice president, black suit, sunglasses, earpiece, but a lot of people don't realize that we also protect our children.
I feel like the public really thinks about the Secret Service and they think about the protection detail. The Secret Service does so much more in communities to keep children safe. They work with our organization not only to bring technical resources in the search for missing children, but they also go into communities bringing our safety and prevention messages to the children themselves and really forming strong bonds within a community.
The Secret Service ambassadors to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children are specifically trained to provide presentations to children related to online and personal safety.
It's very personal for me doing this type of work. Naturally, every parent wants their children to be safe. So just having two daughters growing up, I use this ambassador opportunity as just a chance to apply what I know at home.
It's so rewarding and fulfilling to walk in and see their eagerness and their excitement and just be able to help them and support them in any way that I can.
I am able to talk to community members and parents, and they're seeking answers to questions that they do not know how to answer. So it's fulfilling to explaining to them what we do and the programs that we offer.
We're not there to scare children. We're not there to scare parents. We're not there to scare teachers. It's just saying hey, these are the threats. This is how to better educate. These are the resources out there to protect. So we kind of bridge all those gaps and bring everything together.
I love being an ambassador. It is incredibly gratifying to be able to go to talk to these kids. They're always so enthusiastic, and that part I really enjoy. It's a job that I hate that I have to do it, but I love that I get to do it. And that's the part that I think gives me a lot of joy.
As a parent, you want to keep your kids safe. And so I always keep that in the back of my mind. When I'm up there, I want them to see how much I care, and I want them to get something out of a presentation that they can take with them.
The Secret Service has amazing resources, really remarkable technology that they're able to bring to local and state law enforcement agencies who need help in searching for missing children.
Now, just remember that, right? They have they're really good at the electronic, and you're going to hear they're quick at it. They are, especially in time sensitive information. They can get things much quicker than the FBI, certainly local and state law enforcement, very quickly.
Like we have a no-fail mission for protection, no-fail mission for our partnership with NCMEC as well.
Whether it be handwriting analysis, whether it be photo or imagery enhancement, they're able to bring their skills and their unique resources to communities that otherwise wouldn't have them. It's been really critical in helping us identify children as well as bring missing kids home.
Our agency is blessed to have those resources. No matter what's going on in the world, we'll stop whatever we're doing to provide those resources to help and ensure that a child is saved, found, or brought home safely.
So there we have that. Just wanted to share that. It's called the Childhood Smart Program, and they also do a lot of education and stuff and all that. But what I want to show you Yes, did it not open? Okay, well, anyway, they are. Let me turn this music down. It's irritating me. They are really good at right, reptile. They're really good at phones, electronics, vehicles. The Secret Service has advanced forensic capabilities unparalleled to anyone else, including handwriting analysis, document examination, and digital forensics, which can be used to analyze evidence such as ransom notes, communication related to a child's disappearance. They also have a cyber crime assistance, which I'm sure that they, in Sebastian's case, they would have checked all of Sebastian's phones, all of his Nintendos and stuff. And a thing that has been going around, a lot of misinformation. People have said that Seth has not received his electronics back or anything like that. That is not true. That is absolutely not true. They have, all parents received everything back. So if you hear that, please correct that. They also partnership with law enforcement. They work with other federal, state, and local agencies. In missing child's cases, they may provide support to agencies like the FBI or local police. Intelligence sharing. If a case involves criminal organizations, trafficking, or threats of overlap with their investigation, the Secret Service may share intelligence. If a missing child is connected to a threat against a protected individual, such as a political leader, the Secret Service may become directly involved. But the technological tools, they can offer special tools or systems for locating suspects, for tracking leads. They also have surveillance expertise in cases where suspects are under observation. The Secret Service may assist with surveillance operations as well. Cyber tracking, seized and electronic analysis. They can examine devices like phones, computers, tablets, for clues such as logs, chat logs, hidden files, other digital evidence that might lead to the child. As well, they do a lot of human trafficking stuff as well. Data analysis, intelligent support. They offer behavioral profiling as well. They also work with the National and Missing and Exploited Children. So, vehicle tracking. The Secret Service use sophisticated surveillance technology to track vehicles or individuals of interest in abduction cases. Do you hear that, Edgar? Do you hear that? They know where things and people have been, right? They have also facial recognition software. They have access to advanced biometric systems to identify suspects or locate children who may be disguised, even. Drones and aerial support. In some cases, they can assist with aerial reconnaissance and monitoring of areas where a child might be held. They can also offer physical security, safe havens for families as well. So let's see here. I think that's so cool how they can literally, like, a child could be disguised, and with their software, they can tell if it's like, if it might be, they might be disguised in someone's house. At my house, we refer to the site formerly known as Twitter as Blex, but you have to make the face like bleh. The Secret Service has to be called in by local law and be just they don't intrude or anything like that, and they do have to be asked, unless it's again like federal, say it's like a politician's child, God forbid, or something like that. There's that, right? So thank you so much, Brandy and Indy. Really do appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so very much. Thank you, my love, Brandy. Good to see you. Thank you. Good to really do appreciate you returning to say I love you. I love you too. Thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Very kind of you. And thank you so much, Robin. Really do appreciate you. Good to see you. Hope you are well, Robin. Thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you very much. And Angel, thank you, my dear. Appreciate you, and I'm honored to be an amazing to our family. Thank you, Angel. Much love to you, and really do appreciate you. You're always a sweetheart as well. And thank you, Hobos, guys. Really do appreciate you. I don't know why. SF. Okay. I'm afraid of them bringing a flight risk if they get money from the house. I don't think they're over top in that house, in my opinion. I just don't see. I don't think that they're going to be a flight risk. I really don't. Because remember, they say nothing to hide here. Nothing to hide here. Right? No, Ginger, it's a second live tonight. It's the second live tonight. Is the one trying to blame the neighbors. Listen, there is it's bizarre to me that someone would blame a middle-aged mother housewife who didn't even know them, didn't even know they lived there. So it's craziness. It's craziness. I wanted to show y'all some stuff. I had some comments on some things I found, and let me pop it up here. Some things that Edgar had said that I have not spoke about. Maybe if I can find it. Seems like it's not. Okay, there it is. I found it. Okay. All right.
And it really shouldn't be. I think all these YouTube videos out here should change course a little bit. I mean, yes, you're going to have your people out there that are going to say the things that they want to say. accuse people what they want to accuse them of, because in the end, everybody has the same question: how and why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's only one person holding that answer, and that's who we're all looking for.
No, there's not just one person holding that answer. I totally disagree with that. Totally disagree with that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Whenever, just like Jennifer said, there is an Amber Alert out on Sebastian. That indicates foul play right there. I don't even know why, in my opinion, why people are even still discussing that he walked out the door on his own. He didn't, in my opinion, he did not walk out the door on his own. It indicates someone took him. Yes, he's saying Sebastian holds the answer. He sure is. Yes, he is.
And everybody wants to see that, well, it can't be this because of this, and it can't be that because this doesn't make sense. And in all truth, a lot of it doesn't make sense.
Yes, he's absolutely right. It doesn't make a lick of sense. It doesn't. It does not. Because when you say all of the doors were locked, and you say, I don't know why he walked out the door, and there's cameras all throughout the neighborhood, and a camera right on the other side of the road, lights on each side of the house, he can't. He didn't. But there is only one time that at least we're aware of that we see human activity, and that is at 3 a.m. The next time is 6 a.m. Right? And that is when KK leaves. What makes sense is the expressed goal to get Sebastian out of the house. Goal achieved when. Yep. Yep. That's right.
It truly doesn't.
No, I
But
mean, yeah.
every situation is different. Not one single case is ever the same. Truly not. I mean, look at the Riley Strand case.
Yeah.
It started out the exact same way. The only difference is they actually had video footage of Riley Strand walking in downtown, and then he vanishes off the camera.
Right. And it was the only thing that they had these two cases have in common, Edgar, is that they were both missing. That's it. And saying, look, they're exactly the same, but they had him on camera. Yeah. And look, they could find him in the direction he was going. They found physical things of his dropped. Sky. Justin, what happened to the niece they picked up after they brought groceries? Did someone pick up the niece, or did they take her home? I think they took her home, I believe. So, that's the thing, Edgar. That's the thing. They had something to show that Riley had left on his own accord. There was even he even spoke to a police officer. We heard that. I played that on video. There was several videos or audio as well, in some cases, of Riley. And his case was rather quickly solved. Not the same.
Yeah.
But then they lose everything. No sighting of him. Nobody knew anything, and it took some folks. I'm not sure. Let me put it this way: I'm not sure who found what. From what I understand, they found a bank card on an embankment, which that's something. It led them to the river.
We're talking about a child in February, barefoot, Edgar, that doesn't like the outdoors. That's what we're talking about. Riley, was he from Kansas? Was it Kansas or Missouri? Missouri, I think it was. You know, you're talking about, you know, a young Midwestern guy at a bar, intoxicated, and an accident happened. He was found. He was seen on camera, heard. Credit cards were found. All of that. There's nothing of Sebastian. And in that little neighborhood with all those cameras, woohoo, CT, congratulations. CT's power just came back on. Yay. That's amazing, brother. I'm so glad. You've had it rough the last few days. Thank you, Tony. Springfield, Missouri. He went to the University of Missouri. So, big difference, right? If there was an iota of something out there of Sebastian's, a scent, him on camera walking by himself. But let me tell you something. A 15-year-old who is not an outdoors person, that is barefooted, that doesn't like the outdoors, that has autism and a chromosome deletion, if you think he's going to hide even himself from every camera, not even a glimpse of him and his scent, like you just indicated, Edgar, you are sadly mistaken. And you are sadly mistaken if you think most people believe that.
Which, in return, they found Riley. So they got closure. It sucks how they got it, but they got closure.
Yeah.
You know, and that family, and I'm sure, has gone through not quite the same, but I'm sure there was stuff slung and slung. It just, his case was able to end a lot faster than where we are with Sebastian's case.
Because there was evidence.
Yeah.
Well,
there was evidence, right?
Well, and I would say there's, something to be said about the search actually produced things, right? Like the footage came out. That was, that was something that kept it current without a bunch of drama. It was.
And that's right. That's exactly right. Because Sebastian showed up just fine on camera at the steakhouse that day, at the bowling alley, at all of the stores and places that he went that weekend. But I mean, I don't even understand why he's still, I mean, I guess that's because that's all he's got. That's all he can push.
You know, I mean, he was found relatively quickly in the scheme of things. And so, you know, I don't know. It's
well, I mean, if you break down this whole situation, and I mean, like I said, I'm not here to bash or knock anyone. I'm not. I mean, yes, I'm frustrated and pissed off at some point to where, you know, you get to a breaking point and you keep poking and you keep poking, and finally you're going to catch it. And it sucks that people have to poke. And I get it. They need the clicks. They need the information. They all have this I want to know, not a I need to know. But
I'm sorry, but it is such a cheap thing to say clicks and views anymore. It is so overused. Listen, no, that's not what we need. We need to find Sebastian. And you know what? We'll move right the fuck along. Real quick. Real quick. How about that? How about that? How far is it up, troopers? I don't know how. Both sets of Riley's parents were begging live for help within 24 hours too. Yeah, they were. Yes. Yep. Yeah. No, a guy down at the dock found Riley. He's trying to convince people that people just can disappear on their own. Yeah. Boy, it's a mystery, isn't it? We don't know where he's at. But it's not a mystery that a vehicle came in there. One person walked to the house. Two people came back. One got in the car and the other one ran back to the house. That's not a mystery. Now you say nothing to see here. I disagree.
Trust me, there ain't nobody's need or want bigger than, and I'm going to say this, ain't nobody's need or want bigger than Katie, Seth, myself.
I agree with one of those comments you said, and that's Seth.
Ain't nobody.
Yeah. I'm
And I'm telling you right now, if it come down to only two people had to know, it'd have to be Seth and Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean,
my job is to protect my wife, and I'm going to do that.
Well, and I mean,
and her job was to protect Sebastian as well. And I think with her allowing you to whip him, I don't think that was too good, if you ask me. So there's that. Now, I want to show you another thing here. I gotta find it. Bear with me 1 second. I think this is it. Here it is.
And I mean, see, some even extended family that
listen to
was
this.
looked at the electronic devices, things like that, just to get the clarification that people were where they were when they said they were.
He says even extended family were looked at to say they were when where they were when they were. He always talks about that, doesn't he? How does Edgar know this? Well, then he says in another interview that they've done it multiple times. Edgar, this is a question. Wednesday evening, after, Wednesday evening, I'll just say Wednesday evening. Who was in your truck with you? Two people. Two people was in the truck. So there's that. Is that why they're looking into Cruella? Is that why?
I mean, see, some even extended family that was looked at the electronic.
When you say extended family, now, do you consider extended family to be like a mom? Or do you consider extended family to be like a cousin, an aunt, an uncle? What is considered extended family?
Devices, things like that, just to
Hold on.
get
Hear what he said?
clarification. The electronic devices, things like that, just to get the clarification that people were where they were when they said they were. If there was no forms of communication that took place because somebody thought that forms of communication were. If there was no forms of communication that took place because somebody.
It's amazing to me how he's speaking about this for a child that they say walked out the door. Right? There were no communications, he says. Oh, I agree. There was no communication. Interesting. Welcome to the family, Judy. Thank you so very much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate you. Veronica, thank you, love. Love you, testimony. My chat family always feels like home. Love you too. I texted you last night, Veronica. Did you get my text? Thank you so much, Veronica. Really do appreciate you, my love. And Mag, thank you so very much. That's the third, in my opinion. I agree. And Hobos, thank you, my dear. We live in Tennessee. We made a snowman dressed in green. My daughter named him Sebastian. Oh, that's sweet. That's so sweet, Hobo. Thank you for sharing that. Really do appreciate that, my dear. Wow. You should post it if you can. Get the plan snow. Was he there when police searched those homes? He claims police search extended Hamley's homes. Well, they are all Sebastian's extended family. He is not their blood. That is true. Very, very good point. Very good point. I wonder if he will divorce her after the house sells. Wouldn't surprise me.
He thought that this, and this. And I promise you, if there was no forms of communication that took place because somebody thought that this, and this. And I promise you.
When people say this, and this, or yada, 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 or so on and so on and so on, those kind of things, they are leaving stuff out. They're leaving out a big part of the story. So there's that. Do we know if the house is for sale? I have no idea. As of last time I checked, it wasn't online. I mean, unless they are selling it, quietly, by owner or whatever, or as mom is trying to sell it, perhaps for him and just not putting it on the market. Yes, I promise you, he wants to let us know that he gives his word, which I don't believe, because we have seen him not tell the truth. Very provable things. So his word doesn't mean much to me.
Absolutely zero chance that they missed a device.
That makes me think they missed a device. Zero chance they missed a device. Now that makes me think they missed a device. Zero chance they missed a device. Well, we'll see. I mean, just because they don't necessarily have the device, they still might be able to get information. You think they'll stick together? I think it'll be, if that does happen, I think that they will appear to stay together, but they might not be together if that happens.
Chris, I have watched them.
And his crew, I believe, has seen the same maps that we've all seen. The 5 mile radius has been from the house has been very thoroughly checked. Now, am I going to say 1,000% every little grass blade has been inspected? No. But as much as they have searched, I'd say going outside of the 5 mile radius would be a good start.
I agree with him there. I agree with him. I would say start in around Memphis area. That's what I would say. Mississippi area. I agree with Edgar on this. I mean, that 5 mile radius, Craddock said they obliterated the area with people on foot. I think the times that they were searching, they logged over 10 or 12,000 miles by the time it was over, the search. Horseback, drones, helicopters, fixed wings aircrafts, all of that.
Instead of just staying inside of that 5 mile radius. Now, if there is something that has not been discovered, or somebody comes across something and it may suggest otherwise, by all means, I am not going to say don't.
If he is out of that 5-mile radius, if he is found, in my opinion, they're going to immediately suspect foul play. Because, in my opinion, there's no way he's going to make it out of a 5-mile radius. Number one, without being seen, without being heard, without his shoes on, most importantly. So there's that. So if he's out that 5-mile radius, and in my opinion, he is, something is really, really wrong. And I believe something is really, really wrong.
But I mean, if we just stay inside that 5-mile radius, then we are not doing Sebastian any justice.
Right. And I completely understand that.
And I mean, see, some even extended family that was looked at.
You heard him. He said, if we don't look out of that 5-mile radius, we're not doing Sebastian any justice. Thank you so much, Jenja. Whom is covering for whom, Justin, in your opinion? And is it the same opinion since the beginning? My opinion is Edgar. In my opinion, they're either, in my opinion, just opinion, in my hypotheses, which is not a fact, is Edgar is suspect number one. And I believe KK knows and is covering that. Because if it had been just KK, in my opinion, not a chance he would have stayed. He has no problem leaving people, right? So that's my opinion on that. And it's pretty much stayed the same. Pretty much stayed the same. I believe Edgar was in Hendersonville Sunday afternoon. And some of that evening. That's why he won't speak about it. Right? That's why he won't speak about it.
There was something major going on, or something she needed a 911 paramedic at the house. I'm sure she called 911 and got a paramedic. We didn't know what was going on at the very moment. So she did what she did. She called me. We talked. We did this. We'll look this. We'll look that. Next thing you know, hang tight. And I called the sheriff's office. And I got directly through the sheriff's office, immediately called the dispatch.
Notice how he says, I got through the sheriff's office, then immediately called the dispatch. It seems like the sheriff's office, in my opinion, did nothing to help him, right? Because they're like, why are you calling us? You need to call 911. Because he says, then I immediately call dispatch. Very good point, K-Mac. We didn't know. We didn't know. Again, I've played the tapes of when you call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. Less than 5 seconds into the phone call, please hang up if this is an emergency and dial 911. This is intentionally avoiding calling 911, in my opinion. Because the rigmarole that you did to listen to the prompts, and which, mind you, to the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, the last prompt is the prompt that you would hit. I think it's number 6 or 7 option, which probably took a minute to get there, and then waited for someone to answer, and then told them the situation, and then you hang up and dial the non-emergency number. It was not to expedite anything. Not to expedite anything. Save it. Wasn't because of that. It's not meant to be complicated. It's not meant to be complicated. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, my dear. Hi, Justin. Do you know if anything came of the grand jury? No, honey. They meet the 6th and 7th. And so they've already met. They have 90 days to make the decision. And, we're just not going to know until, there's an arrest or an indictment or something like that. So, hopefully it was in the grand jury. Hopefully this month. If not this month, pray to God it's next month. I say they better be looking out for their own self. Get to the gym and live right. Get good with God, honey. Yes, Smiley. Amen. 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 Yes. In my opinion, she's disgusting for staying with him and supporting whatever happened. She has a good income of her own and could have lived anywhere with her beautiful boy. That's the sad thing, Angel. That's the sad thing. You're right. She could have done it on her, by herself, before I would have stayed with someone who was constantly bitching, from what I hear. But I also hear that she's was constantly as well.
Gave the call. Within, I think, 10 minutes of that call, they were at the house. I mean, it was a very fast response. No.
One thing to Chris, do you think that Seth had anything to do with the disappearance of his child?
No.
100% at your soul, you don't believe you,
I don't
Katie,
feel
or
he
Seth?
does. No, absolutely not. And everybody has their own opinions, but Seth was at work.
Sorry, I was muted. I was saying amen. That's one thing I agree with Edgar on. Does anyone actually think that Edgar would cover for Seth? Not a chance. Not a chance. He's not going to cover for Seth. And Edgar knows exactly where Seth was and was the entire night, not in a parking garage sleeping, not out in the parking lot, not out on the town, not in Hendersonville. His ass was sitting in the jail while KK and Sebastian were eating. He was in the jail then. Do you does I mean, you know, while Seth was at working that night with criminals, there was a crime, in my opinion, happening to his son. Think about that. If he knew something was happening to his son that night, you're right. He damn sure would have been in Hendersonville then. Hey, Tracy, you changed your name. Good to see you. Hey, Ebony. But people are literally wasting their time by blaming Seth. They're wasting their time. They're wasting their energy. Because he had nothing to do with it. He's been the most transparent by far out of any parent. Because, like I always say in crime, people who have nothing to hide nothing. So there's that. That's right, Lakeside. Oh, gotcha. Justin, it amazes me that he does try to throw him under the bus. And that's why he doesn't, because he knows Seth has proof. So why does his cronies keep going on about Seth? They're just so ignorant. It's crazy. It's crazy. How, people bring up stuff that's nothing to do with any sort of productive conversation about finding Sebastian. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you for 9 months, my dear. Just glad you're still on this and still showing integrity and facts. Thank you. I mean, thank you for 9 months of support. I really do appreciate that. Truly. Thank you. It's good to see you, my dear. So I guess there's drama in other communities, Tracy, as well, right? I hear the knitting community is pretty savage. I do hear that. I'm telling you. Get someone with a crochet needle. You are messed up, honey. I'm gonna tell they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you with that crochet needle. Grandma don't play.
After I got off
Okay.
the phone with law enforcement, I told Katie, I said, I'll call you right back. Next phone call, the immediately next phone call I made was directly to Seth.
Okay. This is what's got me confused. Kathy, thank you so much for 3 months. I'm crocheting right now. Love you. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, my dear. So, I used to be in the fish community. I know a lot of people in the fish community, but there wasn't any drama that I saw. This is my question right here. Where did the fish community come up? Why did they say that? So right here where Edgar says, I was talking to Katie, I said I would call her back. And I immediately called Seth. He called at, what time did he call? It was after 7, wasn't it? Sense of soul, I've done a lot. I've lived 2 lives already, I think. Was that the text or was that the call? Okay, so 6:20 or 6:22. So this is my question. Oh, 6:22, 6:20 was the text message. $6.20 was the text message. So, ring, ring, ring. Sebastian's missing. I can't find him. He's not in this effing house. Edgar, what did you check this? Did you check here? Did you check here? Yes, I searched for a whole minute inside and looked out the windows. Okay. KK gets in her car. Right? Now, he texted Seth at 6:22. 911, call me or something like that, wasn't it? A whole minute. Yes, a whole 60 seconds. Now, KK goes to the school, stays about 3 minutes and rolls back. And I guess he had to call Sumner County. So hold on, how does he say this?
At work. After I got off the phone with law enforcement, I told Katie, I said, I'll call you right back. Next phone call, the immediately next phone call I made was directly to Seth.
That can't be. That can't be. Because that can't be the next phone call. Because at 6:38 or 6:36, they're calling law enforcement. And he doesn't call Seth till 7 something. Edgar? Sorry. Nope.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Right. So the question is, why lie about something like that? 6:33 was the call to dispatch. Yes. Why lie about that? Thought they were on a three-way. Yes. Thank you, K-Mac. So it doesn't make sense. What was going on there? Angel Mama, you can text me.
Immediately. I called his phone. It went to voicemail. I didn't leave a voicemail. I sent him a text. As soon as you get.
Okay, so he's saying he called for the way he's saying this. He said, I called him. I didn't leave him a voicemail. And then he texted. Mohawk. Hold on. Let me ask Seth. Let me see if I can text him. Hold on a second. I'm going to make a call and verify this. Bear with me. Yeah, it doesn't matter if he saw it after he got work. It's what time it was sent. Yes, he did admit that. It is the same time the call ended. Okay. 1 second. Hello? Okay. I think the phone call was first. I'm pretty sure the phone call was first. And then the text message. Which is what Edgar said. He said the phone call and then, but it's still, there's a problem. Listen, hold on.
Call directly to Seth. Called the immediately next phone call I made was directly to Seth. After I got off the phone with law enforcement.
That's still a problem though, because you didn't talk to law enforcement first. Right? By that account, if he called at 6:15 or whatever, he had not talked to law enforcement yet. My point is, why did he call the cell when they knew Seth didn't have his phone? Why did he call the cell when he knew Seth didn't have his phone? Well, he had the emergency line. He had the emergency line. Stuff doesn't make.
So Katie said, I'll call you right back. Next phone call, the immediate.
So he's saying Katie called him. Katie called him. He calls Sumner County law enforcement. He hangs up from Sumner County law enforcement. He calls the non-emergency number. He hangs up with Katie, and then he calls Seth. But it couldn't have happened that way, because the call happened first and it didn't go out till 6:36. They didn't want to call the emergency line at Seth's work because it would have been recorded. Also, they didn't want Seth there before they finished the plan, in my opinion. How could Chris be sure Seth was at work at the moment? Oh, he knew exactly his schedule. He knows his schedule. They give him the schedule every week.
The next phone call I made was directly to Seth. Immediately.
Don't know.
I called his phone. It went to voicemail. I didn't leave a voicemail. I sent him a text. As soon as you get this, call me immediately. 911. Still to this day, that's exactly what I told him. And he called me, and I told him, I'll never forget that conversation.
What is it, Smiley?
I won't. Nope. But I told him. He went to the house. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just.
What did he say there?
And I told him. He went to. I'll never forget that. And I told him, I'll never forget that conversation. I won't. Nope. But I told him. He went to the house. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just promise you, it is very straight, black and white, no gray area. It's right down the middle.
And
here it is.
And Chris, I realize that people are speculating
Excuse me.
that your mother was there at the house when Seth arrived. And everyone's like, oh, Chris's mom was there. And I'm like, y'all don't understand. Y'all
be
don't
mad.
know what Katie and the relationship with.
Hold on. We got to send Little Red to the. Okay. This is unacceptable, Little Red. Unacceptable. Oh my God. Where's my button? Lil Red to the office, please. Lil Red to the office. Clutch them pearls. So sorry, I am tardy for the party. I had to go to dinner with my hubby. That's our Friday night. You know what? Little Red, you could stick us right between the table and listen to us. We are portable now. How dare you? You can take us. I'll be like, hi, guys. Hi, Mr. Little Red. Hi, Miss Little Red. We like to go on dates too, Little Red. Okay? We like to go on dates too. Listen, we can go anywhere you go. No, it's me, Laura. She's not late. She was here earlier. She was here at the beginning. I saw her. I saw her. Listen, y'all just don't take us to dinner. I'm telling you, y'all are just something. Y'all are just something else. Carol to the office, please. Carol to the office. We need a late slip for Carol to the office, please. I should have, but he had to tell me all about his big closing today next time. We like to hear about big closings too. Come on. Listen, whether you're at dinner, we can go anywhere. We can go anywhere you go. Listen, you're at dinner, you're cruising in your car, a pap smear, whatever. We can go. You're looking at me. I mean, you're listening to me. I don't have to be, there we go. Last time I had a pap smear, the doctor needed rubber gloves and an oyster shucker. It is what it is. We're family here. So now you know. Now you know. I don't have a husband and ate a frozen pizza for dinner. That's what I'm screaming, girl. That's what I'm screaming. Just bump it, Ginger. Just bump it. Thank you, Ginger. When you're late, be sneaky or be silent. Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. Thank you so much, Sammy. Oh my God, the sun rose at 6:21. They called law enforcement at 6:33. 12 minutes. That's hitting me different today. Yep. Right at sunrise. Right at sunrise. Indeed. Thank you so much, Angel. Thank you, dear. Miss Somebody's grabbing. We want chicken party and we want a second show. Thank you so much, Angel. Really do appreciate you. Did we reach the goal? We'll do another show. Gypsy, 20 minutes until the goal ends. Come on. I want a second live, don't you? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gypsy. Really appreciate you. Lakeside, thank you so much, my friend. Really do appreciate you as always. Dear Lakeside. MJ, thank you so much for being a member for 7 months. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Thank you very much. The goal has been reached. Yay, we'll do a second live. How about that? You see, she's not. She's being very generous. We are having dinner with Minnie Panthers at her desk right now. There we go. There we go. See? It's not a pap smear, but we're eating dinner at the desk. Same thing. Same thing. There we go. You're welcome. All right, let's continue.
between Katie and Chris's mother was like. And Chris probably called his mother to have her go over there and be with Katie until he could get there to comfort Katie.
Yes, I did that. I did ask my mom to go to my house.
See,
Yes.
that's what I have been trying to tell people. He had her go over there to be. You had her go over to be with Katie until you could get home.
So here's a little cool little tidbit. So you know how certain, like, I don't know, certain phone companies have these trackers for their phones to track their kids and things like that.
Right.
So we have that. And it's not just me and Katie and the kids. It's actually my whole family's involved with it. And we have that Life 360 on our phones. And if people stop to, and this is what I was.
They have that Life 360 on their phones. Remy snacks. Because he's a monkey. Snacks. Snacks. They have that Life 360 on their phone, right? And that should show everything, Edgar. That should show everything, right? Why wouldn't you want to show that so people can just move on, right? But I got it, Cindy. Thank you, my dear. One second. Thank you, my dear. Why wouldn't you want to show it? Right? That's all you got to do. Show that. Show a time card. It's nothing Seth hasn't done. It's nothing. We know where Katie was. We know where Sebastian was. Why not? Why not? We're going to get back to this. Cindy just shared something. I don't know what she shared. Credit goes to Missing PNW Crimes Revisited. We love PNW. Make sure you sub up. She does a lot on Monkey Michael Vaughn's case as well. That's the thing, I see you. He won't do that.
In my vehicle, I saw I had a missed call and a text message. Christopher Proudfoot. Text message was a 911, so I called immediately. He's the one that told me that Sebastian was missing. Katie woke up, Sebastian's missing. So I left the parking garage and headed straight to her house. When I got there, there was already law enforcement presence there. So I walked in and just started listening to what was going on. So I got to hear her telling law enforcement asking questions, me listening to the questions and listening to the responses from his mother. And I just started watching body language, listening to words coming out. Did I form an opinion? Yeah. Something has happened to my son under her watch. And once again, she wasn't being an adult. She wasn't being a parent taking care of an autistic child. When I got in my vehicle, I saw I had a missed call and a text message. Christopher.
Okay. He doesn't say the time, but that's good. Let's go back to what we were playing here.
Leading to, but if people would just stop and think about this, the first 8 days, there's not one aspect of mine, Katie's, or Seth's life that has not been combed through 20 times over.
It's interesting how he says the first 8 days. Wait. Suck it now. Suck it. How about that? How about that? Suck it now.
Oh. Suck it now. Oh. Suck it now. Oh. Suck it now.
We made it to 1,000 thumbs up. Thank you guys. Really do appreciate that. They were hidden the first 8 days. Yes, but the first 8 days, that's while they were searching for Sebastian out in the woods. After that, that's when they said they are looking at the real possibility of foul play. Hey, Soldier, Canadian, Lisa, Mona, Janadon. One hurt. Yes. Yes. Seth had Sebastian mostly for the first 6 or 7 years or something like that, while Katie was deployed and in the military. And nothing, thankfully, happened to him then. But then Edgar and KK get together and things start happening to Sebastian. California goes missing. All of these reports.
I'm sorry that you're thinking wrong, because it has happened. Every family member, any direct family member.
I hope you feel better. Hey, Jude, listen to that. He's always talking about family members.
Home through 20 tractor kids and things like that.
Right.
So we have that. And it's not just me and Katie and the kids. It's actually my whole family's involved with it. And we have that Life 360 on.
What? Did he say actually my whole family?
Oh.
So here's a little cool little tidbit. So you know how certain, like, I don't know, certain phone companies have these trackers.
Katie and Chris's mother was like, and Chris probably called his mother to have her go over there and be with Katie until
I just promise you, it is very straight, black and white, no gray area. It's right down the middle.
And
here it is.
And Chris, I realize that people are speculating that your mother was there.
Smell. I sent him a text. As soon as you get this, call me immediately. 911. Still to this day, that's exactly what I told him. And he called me, and I told him, I'll never forget that conversation. I won't. Nope. But I told him. He went to the house. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what? I just promise you, it is very straight, black and white, no gray area. It's right down the middle.
And
here it is.
It's not straight black and white. I don't know why you would say that. If it's a mystery, there's nothing black and white. I know it. No gray matter. That's for damn sure, Soldier Girl. That's for damn sure. Ridiculous. Yeah, don't be mad, but your son is missing.
Chris, I realize that people are speculating that your mother was there at the house when Seth arrived. And everyone's like, oh, Chris's mom was there. And I'm like, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't know what Katie and the relationship between Katie and
Which part? No name. Which part? Thank you, Reese Cup. Edgar Athlete's Foot always talks in such a weird, nonsensical way. Yes. We have the app Live 360. It is easy to just click off. Yeah. Absolutely. But the way he just said, we have the Life 360, it shows where we were, right? So sounds like his might have been on. The last part you just played on the phone when he called Seth.
No, absolutely not. And everybody will has their own opinions, but Seth was at work. You know, after I got off the phone with
He
law
will be
enforcement,
stronger.
I told Katie, I said, I'll call you right back. Next phone call, the immediately next phone call I made was directly to Seth. Immediately. I called his phone. It went to voicemail. I didn't leave a voicemail. I sent him a text. As soon as you get this, call me immediately. 911. Still to this day, that's exactly what I told him. And he called me, and I told him, and I'll never forget that
I
conversation.
don't remember
I
Trishy.
won't. Nope. But I told him. He went to the house. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just promise you, it is very straight, black and white, no gray area. It's right down the middle.
And
here it is.
And Chris, I realize that people are speculating that your mother was there at the house when Seth arrived. And everyone's like, oh, Chris's mom was there. And I'm like, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't know what Katie and the relationship between Katie and Chris's mother was like. And Chris probably called his mother to have her go over there and be with Katie until he could get there to comfort Katie.
Yes, I did that. I did ask my mom to go to my house.
See,
yes.
That's what I have been trying to tell people. He had her go there to be.
But this is the thing. To go over and comfort Katie till you get home. She wasn't there till she says after 10:30. Till after 10:30. Seth said way before that. Edgar's sister says they have been searching since 6:30. Right, K-Mac? He said himself he knows Seth was in fact at work. Those on his side. He just It's
You had her go over to be with Katie until you could get home.
So here's a little cool little tidbit. So you know how certain, like, I don't know, certain phone companies have these trackers for their phones to track their kids and things like that.
Right.
So we have that. And it's not just me and Katie and the kids. It's actually my whole family's involved with it. And we have that Life 360 on our phones. And if people stop to
Edgar, show your life alert and your Life 360. Help! I fell down and I can't get up.
and this is what I was leading to, but if people would just stop and think about this, the first 8 days, there's not one aspect of mine, Katie's, or Seth's life that has not been combed through 20 times over. I'm sorry that you're thinking wrong, because it has happened. Every family member, any direct family member that we've had contact with, and I'm sure they reached out to Seth's side too and did the same thing. I mean, everybody who
The life alerts they're good. I had one for my grandmother. They're amazing.
had a possibility, they have interviewed, they have alibis, they've got evidence that, this person was here at this time, this person was here at this time.
I think it's just so interesting how he just goes on and on about the family, right? He says, even the family reached out to Seth's side. They are in different states. Police said they were there when they arrived, correct? I don't know about police. I know Seth said they were there.
And that's what kind of upset me that night on that show when Seth said that, because that is missing.
Yeah, that triggered you. That in your truck. Probably those two things triggered him the most, wouldn't it be? But Edgar, on Wednesday night, you said we went down to Mississippi and we weren't there, I don't know, probably less than 24 hours. And we did this and we did that. And then he said, not we, Katie didn't go with me. And you're right. KK was not with you. But Wednesday evening, you know that there was two people with you, Edgar. You know that there was two people with you. You were driving, Edgar. You were driving.
And unfortunately, the best part about it is he has managed to do this without any evidence left behind whatsoever.
He's managed to do this without any evidence whatsoever. Ever. Well, that's not true because Craddock said they do have stuff. So then, if there's no evidence of that, if there's no evidence, your words, Chris, if there's no evidence of him running away, then you can't say he ran away. So what happened to him? That is your words. No evidence of him running away. There is evidence of a vehicle at 3 a.m. There is evidence of people running through the yard with flashlights, doing some really, in my opinion, shady crap. Because if you wasn't doing shady crap, they would have parked in a driveway. They wouldn't have went through neighbors' yards. Yes, Sharon. You only are doing something shady at 3:15 in the morning when you go all the way up Kellen, do whatever you do up there, turn around, pull on Stafford, get out, run through people's yards, come back with another individual, do something around the back of the car area. One person gets in the car, the other one runs back toward the house. Something shady. Justin, I know you probably can't say, but do you know who Edgar was with on Wednesday? I think, yes, I do know who he was with. He was with two individuals. I'll say a male and a female.
That
And the
is
female wasn't
the
Katie.
most unique aspect of this case. Midnight to 6 a.m. Sebastian could have had anywhere from a couple feet outside the house to potentially up to maybe 24 miles away.
A couple feet outside the house to up to 24 miles away. You think Edgar, Sebastian, barefooted, cold, no jacket on, with autism and a chromosomal deletion, that he walked 24 miles, up to 24 miles, barefoot? You can't do that barefooted. I don't care if you're on woods or pavement, you cannot do that. You wouldn't be able to physically walk. Your feet would be mangled. Really does, Chris. You're absolutely right. He tries way too hard to always assure us all, nothing to see here. We didn't do a thing, and law enforcement verified we didn't. Yeah. And the thing is, law enforcement hasn't verified. Anyone hasn't done anything. Right. Law enforcement says what they say, and they, in my opinion, contradict themselves with a lot of different things that they say. Yep. Yep.
If you do the math, on an average, we'll play it conservative. Let's say 2 miles in an hour. Okay. So from the house to 12 miles out.
Thank you for that math, Edgar. 2 miles in an hour, playing it conservative. He would not be able. This summer, I'm thinking about going to see how far I could walk barefoot before I physically can't do it anymore. I just think I'm going to do that just to see till I really couldn't fucking do it again. Because the message boards and stuff that I looked at, they said you would not be able to walk a mile. I can't do it in February. No, I can't do it in February. I cannot do it in February. It's really ass cold here. I mean, I'm not that far from them, but February is cold. Really cold.
We don't know. But there's nothing to show. I mean, nothing. There's no evidence, no nothing.
Yeah. Do you have an idea?
Sebastian's smart enough. He knows if he needs help to go
No, I don't think it's guilt. I don't think it's guilt for him, in my opinion. I think it's, in my opinion, it is worry.
To find an adult. I mean, he knows, like, look for law enforcement, look for, I mean, he's taught the basics,
Right.
When he's at school, something happens, what do? You find a teacher. Out in town, you get lost, what do? You find the nearest adult and tell them you're lost, and I'm sure.
Justin, I walk 6 miles a day and I couldn't walk 24 miles without water and a long ass break and probably some oxygen. Yeah, he didn't take any of that.
Seth has done the same thing to help teach him.
And he wants us to say this non-athletic, right? Non-athletic child that needs a chest plate did this. That's barefooted.
Certain things. I mean, there's nothing to say that Sebastian wouldn't seek out people, because I truly deep down feel that he would. He would seek help.
He does.
No matter what.
He would seek help. And I agree with him there, because when you think about it, Sebastian had no problem talking to his teachers or whatever, right? So if he got, in my opinion, he's going to become very overwhelmed, right, Sebastian? How long would it be before, if he did walk outside, right? If he did walk outside, how long is he going to be before he has a meltdown and going to, become very overwhelmed? We're talking dark. Sent you something about times. Okay. Timestamp 220. One second, y'all. He got the message at 7:20. But that's still when he got his phone. That's still not what time. Like, what time did he text and call? Oh, wait, wrong one. 1 second. Hmm. He found out about something. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? Okay. Okay. We'll play that in a minute. We'll play that in a minute. It's okay. Let's finish this.
If there was something,
Hold on.
there's nothing to show. I mean, nothing. There's no evidence, no nothing.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea?
Sebastian's smart enough. He knows if he needs help to go to find an adult. I mean, he knows, like, look for law enforcement, look for, I mean, he's taught the basics,
Right.
When he's at school, something happens, what do? You find a teacher.
Okay. All right. So there's that one. Now, bear with me one moment while I pull up the other one here, because this is very important.
It's just, I don't know.
Very, very important. Is it the right one?
Speaking of the garage, Chris, did Katie meet up with your mother the morning Sebastian was reported missing?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Did law enforcement track her? I'm assuming they got certain things off vehicles and things like that, or maybe they haven't yet because of the status of the case. But is there a track of the path that Katie took the morning she went out looking for Sebastian while she was on the phone with you?
Yes, everything that you could almost possibly fathom for law enforcement to check, they have checked. Everything has panned out. All the story, everything.
All the stories. All the stories. All the stories. Listen to that. There are no stories.
On the phone with you?
Yes, everything that you could almost possibly fathom for law enforcement to check, they have checked. Everything has panned out. All the story, everything that we have told them is all checked out to the T. I mean,
Now he says it. Now he says it. So all the tales They told her not. Facts. Yes.
Down to the phone call to law enforcement itself that morning.
It's amazing he mentions the phone call. The phone call pans out. The phone call pans out? What does he mean? What do you mean by that? You mean you was just speaking to your wife and she was overwhelmed? And that panned out? Hmm.
Katie, what time she left the house, the route she went, back to the house, et cetera, et cetera. Everything.
When someone says I'm going to replay it. A behavior analyst, word of statement analysis will tell you when someone says et cetera, or so on and so on, or yada yada, they're not telling you everything.
They can think of has been checked.
They're withholding information.
I mean, I know a lot of people still have questions like, oh my God, what about this? What about that? Like, I promise you, they've checked.
I know.
I promise you they've checked. It's hilarious. So hilarious.
Katie's been under.
It's just, I don't know.
Speaking of the grudge, Chris, did Katie meet up with your mother the morning Sebastian was reported missing?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Did law enforcement track her? I'm assuming they got certain things off vehicles and things like that, or maybe they haven't yet because of the status of the case. But is there a track of the path that Katie took the morning she went out looking for Sebastian while she was on the phone with you?
Yes, everything that you could almost possibly fathom for law enforcement to check, they have checked. Everything has panned out. All the story, everything that we have told them.
All the stories, everything we have told them
Is all checked out to the T.
Has all checked out to the T.
I mean, down to the phone call to law enforcement itself that morning.
Down to the phone call itself that morning. That's not good. How would Edgar know if they met up? He says he wasn't there. Yes, the stories, but what bothers me there is he talks about the phone call panned out, like meaning the non-911 phone call. That just tells me absolutely, in my opinion, that there is a reason, an absolute reason, that is not making it faster because it did the opposite of that there is something nefarious, in my opinion. Everything you could almost possibly fathom. He spoke that sentence. We always speak based on everything we know. Yes, stories. That's exactly right.
itself that morning. Uh, Katie, what time she left the house, the route she went, back to the house, et cetera, et cetera. Everything they can think of has been checked.
Awesome.
I mean, I know a lot of people still have questions. Like, oh my God, what about this? What about that? Like, I promise
Well,
you, they've checked.
I know.
When someone laughs about a statement that there is no need to laugh, it's actually not a funny, there's no humor that should be in that statement. Or they say exactly, Rob Beanie, I promise you, but specifically laughing, they are trying to lighten the situation because it's an uncomfortable situation for them. There is tension around that, so they try to lighten it up, and that in turn it's trying to convince themselves, but specifically the other person that they're speaking to, that nothing to see, lighten it up. Yeah, believe me, kind of thing.
Katie's been under.
It's just, I don't know.
I'm gonna
Speaking
let
of the
all the
garage,
people.
speaking of the garage, Chris,
They're moving on.
did Katie meet up with your mother the morning Sebastian was reported missing?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Did law enforcement track her? I'm assuming they got certain things off vehicles and things like that, or maybe they haven't yet because of the status of the case. But is there a track of the path that Katie took the morning she went out looking for Sebastian while she was on the phone with you?
Yes, everything that you could almost possibly fathom for law enforcement to check, they have checked. Everything has panned out. All the story, everything that we have told them is all checked out to the T. I mean, down to the phone call to law enforcement itself that morning. Katie, what time she left the house, the route she went, back to the house, et cetera, et cetera. Everything they can think of has been checked.
Awesome.
I mean, I know a lot of people still have questions. Like, oh my God, what about this? What about that? Like, I promise you.
Okay, so there's that. And I got some other stuff. Let me pull it up. I think that's very, very interesting if you ask me. Crap. Bear with me 1 second as I find it, because I lost my spot. I lost my spot. I have so much stuff here. It's incredible. Let me see if this is it.
Even extended family that was looked at the electronic devices, things like.
Okay. And here he goes on about the extended family. He goes on about the extended family.
And I mean, some even extended family that was looked at the electronic devices, things like that, just to get the clarification that people were where they were when they said they were.
Clarification. Now, again, why do you need clarification? I mean, you're saying he walked out of the house and he is hiding evidence. You're saying Sebastian walked out on his own without shoes. Thank you, Blue Eyes. Good to see you, honey. you're saying Sebastian walked out on his own. He is hiding evidence. I agree, Lil Red. Right, Brenda? Wait a minute. Where they were when they said they were? It's a good question. It's a good question. Well, I know Wednesday evening, Edgar says he is down in Mississippi alone. Wednesday evening, you were not alone, Edgar. You were not alone Wednesday evening, Edgar.
If there was
Now, Sunday night going into Monday morning, I believe Edgar was in Hendersonville Sunday.
no forms of communication that took place because somebody thought that this, and this. And I promise you,
Oh, we played this one.
absolutely zero chance that they missed a device.
Chris, I have watched them.
And his crew, I believe, has seen the same maps that we've all seen.
Okay, we played this one. They're all got Edgar on them, so sometimes I overlook the wrong one. Let's see here. Witchy, thank you so very much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, renewed that. Thank you for renewing, my love. Really do appreciate you. Mini Panthers, darling. Thank you for gifting a pearl necklace. Really do appreciate you. And the lucky person that received that, make sure you thank our girl Mini Panthers. Very kind of you, my dear. Much love to you. Really appreciate you. There is dear Nina. Thank you, sweet Nina. Really do appreciate you, my friend. Good to see you as well. Okay, let me find this. I've got some clips here that I need to pop up. That old Edgar gets himself in. And this is why I absolutely believe they are no longer speaking about this stuff, in my opinion. Because it is volunteered information. And volunteered information can, whoever is involved in this, can and will be used against you.
Watch the shows. They call these 911 shows, and people are freaking out on the phone. I need this. I need that. Well, calm down, calm down, calm down. You know, it takes them forever. I'm simple. My wife was a mess. You know, she's calling me because I'm the husband. Yes, this is our house. You know, if there was something major going on or something, she needed a 911 paramedic at the house, I'm sure she's called 911 and got a paramedic. You know, we didn't know what was going on at the very moment. So she did what she did. She called me. We talked. We did this. We'll look this. We'll look that. Next thing you know, hang tight.
We'll play it.
And I called the sheriff's office. And I got directly through the sheriff's office, immediately called the dispatch, gave the call. Within, I think, 10 minutes of that call, they were at the house.
What did he say there?
Office. And I got directly through the sheriff's office, immediately called the dispatch, gave the call.
gave them the call. Gave them the call?
We talked, we did this, we'll look this, we'll look that. Next thing you know, hang tight. And I called the sheriff's office. And I got directly through the sheriff's office, immediately called the dispatch, gave them the call.
So what does that mean, gave them the call? I don't even know what that means. Thank you, my dear. Thank you for that email. He worded that freaky too. Yeah. So he did. Yeah, he did call the sheriff's office. But this is the thing. Why did you call the sheriff's office? Now he's going to say it's for time or whatever, but the sheriff's office apparently didn't do anything for you. They didn't transfer him. Nope. He says hung up from the sheriff's office and then called, he says dispatch, aka non-emergency. And it took 33 minutes to call the sheriff's office. That's what I was wondering, whispering. Was it like a heads up or whatever? Yeah, he's not saying we here. He's saying I. And he says also in one place that I was on the phone pretty much the whole time.
Within, I think, 10 minutes of that call, they were at the house.
Nope.
I mean, it was a very fast response.
And again, he's saying I called. And remember when he said, Katie said, he told me to hurry up and get back to the house. The police were on their way. That shows you he was the one making that call, which he says he was making that call, but it shows you KK was not on that line. She could not have been on that line if he said, hurry up and get back. The police are on their way. Could not have. Oh, thank you, Lil Red, for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. That's so sweet. Really do appreciate you. Thank you, and Mr. Red. Thank you so much. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you thank our sweet Lil Red. Very, very kind of you, because if you have received one, then that means you have been promoted.
You have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees. Thank you.
I've got a feeling love will give us what we lack. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door.
Thank you so much, Little Red. Make sure you thank our beloved Little Red for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. Very kind of you, my dear.
Chris, do you think that Seth had anything to do with the disappearance of his child?
No, no.
100% at your soul, you don't.
Remember that we've had contact, and I'm sure they reached out to Seth's side too and did the same 20 times over.
Hold on.
Mine, Katie's, or Seth's life that has not been combed through 20 times over. I'm sorry that you're thinking wrong, because it has happened. Every family member, any direct family member that we've had contact with, and I'm sure they
Now here he says direct family member. Direct family member. Not extended.
reached out to Seth's side too and did the same thing. I mean, everybody who had a possibility, they have interviewed.
Anybody that had a possibility. Yeah, they're going to check. But you're saying they walked out.
They have.
And apparently, when they said they are now searching for the real possibility of foul play, that's what they did. That's what they did. Oh my God. War, y'all are so sweet. Thank you so much, my dear. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you thank our dear War, Damn Eagle, for gifting you one of those pearl necklaces, because you've been promoted. You're one of our elite employees.
You have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees. Thank you.
I've got a feeling love will give us what we like. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door.
Thank you so much, dear War, for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you thank our beautiful War for gifting a pearl necklace, my darlings. Thank you, beloved War. Really do appreciate you. It's raining pearl necklaces. I don't think captions are allowed on live streams. You can do captions on live streams, but it is severely delayed. So 99% of people do not do those. Hey, PG, good to see you, love. Hope you are well. No one can tell me that a grown woman has been in the Navy is so weak that she doesn't know how to call 911. Yeah, I agree. How did I get a membership from my gift? So silly. Yeah, it has to be set up before the live also, yeah. So there's that. Guys, I will be back here in a little bit. We met the goal, so I need to give you guys another live stream. Oh, you want a Sebastian Strong song on the way out? Of course. We need to do 1 second. We need to do our chicken party as well. 1 second. Clutch. Give me 1 second so I can pop this up. Okay. All right. Let's get down to chickens. Are y'all ready for this pate? Let's have a chicken party.
It's time! I've got a feeling love will give us what we like. Christopher! Katie! Christopher! Katie!
You're coming with me.
What?
It's a long trip. I'll need a snack.
I'm too sexy for my hair. Too sexy for my hair. I've got a Life 360 and some Medicare.
I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's Sebastian gotten in trouble. He got caught lying, and I had asked him. I said, "Hey, you got to have a punishment for this." And drive a diesel truck, Chevrolet.
Year?
2021, I think. 2020, maybe.
So you're.
I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's
Look at those two.
2021, I think.
Oh.
Suck it now.
Oh.
Suck it now.
Oh.
Suck it now.
Clearly debunked the hell out of that. Not possible because that area is not visible in the footage. My ass.
My ass. As
for the lights.
Snacks because he's 15 and snacks. Snacks because he's 15 and snacks. Snacks because he's 15 and snacks.
Something that I believe we're privy to. Something that I believe we're privy to. Something that I believe we're privy to.
What did the irritated chicken say?
What should we fucking da? I don't fucking know. Yaranna yastara. Anarana.
What did the irritated chicken say?
I might have been a bitch to you this year. I just wanted to say that I'm still going to be a bitch to you next year. It's New Year's, not new me. Clean slate, what?
Thank you all so very much. Really do appreciate you all for being here. Thank you all so very much. I will be back here shortly in just a little bit. I may go on Remy's channel, so make sure you are subbed up to Remy's channel. Okay? Could mods please put that? Do you have to work? Are you going to bed early? Because I'm going to be back. Ginger. So make sure you are subbed up to Remy's channel. I'll be back. That was the funniest. Suki. Oh my god, where did you get that from? No. That's KK saying the Suki. Coco, yeah. I've been live almost 3 hours. But I'm coming back. If mods, thank you for dropping Remy Pearl's channel. We might, if I don't come live back here, I'll be live over there. Ease are doing good. I speak to them all the time. He's Spirit Seeker. They're doing good, and keep praying for them. And I'm sure that they'll be back soon, hopefully. Always late, exactly. The camels. All right, guys, thank you all. Yeah, we'll play one of the Sebastian songs on the way out. I got you.
Sebastian, where did you go? Your dad is searching high and low, down the roads and through the night, chasing shadows out of sight. February chills the bone. He calls but gets a dial tone. Memories of where you've been, fading slowly deep within. Can't stop, won't stop till you're found. Every street and every town, you'll search the earth and sky to see Sebastian come back home to me. In the camper you would hide, against the world you would collide, escape the truth that you despise. Now your dad's with teary eyes. Edgar and KK call your name, trying to end this cruel game. In the gloom, they find no clue. Sebastian, where are you? Can't stop, won't stop till you're found. Every street and every town, they'll search the earth and sky and sea. Sebastian, come back home to me.
Gaker and KK call your name, trying to end this cruel game. In the gloom, they find no clue.
Sebastian, where are you? Can't stop, won't stop till you're found. Every street and every town, they'll search the earth and sky and sea. Sebastian, come back home to me.
Can't stop, won't stop. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. Amen. Thank you all. I'll see you guys here in a little bit. Love you all. Bye-bye.